store. Oh my goodness. There's a, get out of there. I have bird feeders all over everywhere, and the squirrel is now eating the food out the bird feeder. Well, I guess he's hungry too. Okay. But I got to watch that so that they don't come on my deck all the time.
El camino. No ha viajado lo suficiente en esta vida todavía. El micro sigue siendo una transición, pero la hermosura viene de apreciarlo. Cuando el cuerpo ya no...
Hi, I'm Purple, and welcome back to my channel. Well, if you've been here before, welcome back. If you're new, my name is Purple, and I left the U.S. a couple of years ago and retired in Mexico, and now I live in Mexico. And with the issues of social and political issues and economic issues that are going on in the United States, I just thought that maybe some other people might be interested in relocating because the expat community is growing here. I currently live in Ensenada with my dog. So today I'm going to talk about money management, but while I'm talking about money management in Mexico, I'm going to also be planting some plants. This is the end of February 2025 that I'm filming this, and it's a little windy, but it's a beautiful day and it's springtime and it's time to start getting my plants ready. So that's what I'm going to do while I'm talking to you, if that's okay. So money management. What I found when I was moving to Mexico, that there wasn't enough information for me. And money management is something that you got to pre-plan before you leave. So I'm talking about Mexico in particular, but if you're relocating out of the country, these are things you have to consider. How you're going to get your money. Right? Money gets deposited if you're retired. Social Security gets deposited into a United States bank account. How you gonna get the money? In Mexico, cash is king. So that's the first thing. Pesos is a unit of money that's utilized here. So it's always good to have cash. How do you get cash? Well, all over Mexico, if you have not been yet, there are money exchanges where you can take dollars and they'll give you pesos, whatever that daily conversion rate has been identified as, right? Second thing, I'm just going to give you a couple of options and I'm going to tell you which ones I've used. But basically, I've used all of them. That's why I'm doing this video, so you don't have to if you don't want to. I never use money exchanges too often because I was afraid to walk in to a building that is only there to exchange money. Now, one thing good about money exchanges is that you can also convert pesos to dollars. I hope that wind chime isn't too loud for you, but it is very windy today. Purple flowers. Now, I don't know what kind of flower this is. I haven't looked it up, but when I went to the store, it was purple. So I got it. But anyway, the other place you can use is ATMs. There are plenty of ATMs in Mexico that you can utilize. The thing about ATMs, if you ever use an ATM, during that transaction, it's going to offer you the bank conversion. Never, ever take the bank conversion because it's not to your benefit. It's to the bank's benefit, and you will lose money. Example, if you were to take $500 out of $500 out of your account, it'll probably decrease the amount of money you're going to get for about 20% because it's going to take a nice hefty amount. So the thing about ATMs that I found, and I've utilized this, there are banks in the United States that have sister banks here in Mexico. Like Bank of America has Scotia Bank, and that's a subsidiary of an American bank, which can be beneficial. So does Citibank. It's called City Banamex, something like that. They also have a bank here. Not that if you can have an account there and you utilize the subsidiary here, that you can go into your bank account. But when you use your ATM, the fees, you don't have to pay bank fees. They have a relationship. And if you wanted to get cash out of the bank, exchange cash, not get cash out of the bank. If you wanted to exchange cash, they'll exchange US dollars for you. Banks typically just don't take, I found this to be true, they just won't take your US dollars and give you pesos unless you have a relationship with them. But do remember, um, never take, just say no to when they request if you want to do a bank conversion. Okay, so another thing, and this is something that I do regularly, uh, is I have a Charles Schwab debit card. So get a Charles Schwab debit card. It's an online bank. The benefit of that particular card, and they're not sponsoring me, nobody's sponsoring me, I'm just, out here doing my thing, but it worked, right? If you use the ATM with a Charles Schwab card, they do not charge you the international fees that you pay on using a credit card or a ATM or a debit card in other countries. What they do is whatever international fee is charged on your card when you utilize it, they pay you back at the end of the statement, at the statement time, and that's beneficial because let me give you an example. Like if you, I'll just use 500 since I've been using that. If you withdraw $500, an international bank fee is going to be around $12, $15, depending on the bank, right? So there, that stays in your pocket. The other thing you can do, which I have not done, is you can open up a Mexican bank account. I found it complicated, and there were some risks, not risks what you're thinking about it. I think the money is safe there, but in relationship to the United States, there's all these tax requirements. If your account goes over so much, even one day throughout the year, you gotta report it to on your taxes in the IRS, or there's like a huge fine. I don't want to deal with that. So with banks, what do you need? If you were going to open a bank account, you need a resident card. So either temporary or permanent, right? Because with that comes a what is it? A RFC number. Our RFC is Mexico's equivalent. It's their taxpayer number. It's Mexican's equivalent to our social security number. So you have to have that number. You also have to have proof of your address of where you're residing in Mexico. Now, that can be challenging because if you're renting, the utilities, and that's the preferred proof that they want, the utilities are normally kept in the landlord's name. And they need it in your name. Now, you can ask your landlord to switch it over if you're going to be a long time, but it was just too much. The other thing is a Mexican telephone number, because they require that you have a Mexican telephone number to open a bank account. They require a Mexican telephone number to get cable and internet. I didn't have that, and I didn't want to get it. I already have two numbers. I didn't want another number. And 1,000 pesos. And because Spanish is the language in Mexico, you need to take an interpreter, because every form that you would get, to sign is going to be in Spanish, and they are not required to speak in English, and they will not translate the Spanish for you. So I wouldn't necessarily take a friend because they're going to see all your financial information. I would hire a professional interpreter, and those are easy to come by, and you can take it. Now, this may not be all the ways you can get money in Mexico. I'm sure that there's others. These are the ones that I've considered and gone through, and this is what I did. So I hope that helps. Um, I'll be back, because I'm supposed to be doing a series, but I get life be life, and I get caught up, right? I'll be back and give you some more information about something else soon. I hope this is helpful. I hope you come. I hope you get out of that chaos that's going on in the United States and come and live a more peaceful existence. But what I want you to do is please subscribe so a lot of people can get this information, and like my video if you found it beneficial. And I'll see you next time. Smooches. Mwah.